forgot to start the live broadcast on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, man.
Shame on me.
Because it's just kind of like a manic Monday around here, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're kind of like, thanks to Ray at our sister station, gathering sports stories for us and news and sports galore with Major League Baseball being back too. And
Yeah.
it was nice to hear, riding home yesterday on Sunday, just Sunday afternoon, hearing baseball in the car.
Mhm.
And I thought that
Did you get a chance to watch any of the games?
I didn't. No, I've been hectic, busy all weekend.
Really?
So I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch a lot of TV. The TV that I had on Saturday morning, though, was inspiring with, the passing of Congressman John Robert Lewis, and just all the people surrounding him for the funeral.
Lots of love.
A lot of love, a big entourage, black and white, standing up and, speaking such important, kind words.
Mhm.
It felt like a unifying thing when I was washing dishes and I had it on the TV and listening to it all on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It definitely, there was a lot of love for that guy, without a doubt.
What a
lot
history.
A lot of things happening over the weekend. So you went out car shopping. What else did you do?
What else? So let's see. Oh, I had the best burger too yesterday.
Did you? Where?
Highway 55.
Oh, now they have great food there.
I know.
Their food's really super good.
You're going to get a great burger. I think I get the Andes one. It's the super big burger. It's the big one on their menu.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought home a bacon double cheeseburger for him yesterday, for Gary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got the all-American burger for mine.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what, you're going to pay a good price for a burger.
Wait a minute, you went to Highway 55 by my house?
Nope, not the one by your house.
Oh, okay.
The one in Palm City.
Oh, that one.
But
okay.
I got to tell you, I've been to them, both of them. The one over by your house, I know we take PSL Boulevard and it's way beyond Tulip down there on the left.
Right.
But both of these places, I swear, Evan, have the nicest kids working in them.
They do. It's the kids take pride in their job, which is nice.
And they're helpful. I mean, they're helpful and they're super respectful. And, they got a nice little tip jar out there too. And I never hesitate to give those kids a tip.
I don't blame you.
Before leaving.
I don't blame you at all. Those kids work hard. All those kids work hard.
And the cutest thing, I saw a grandpa come in there with his little granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she had golden curls and just this nice little dress on. He was taking her there for ice cream.
Ah, okay.
And she just looked like a little temple kind of little girl.
If you don't mind, I want to pay homage to somebody that passed over the weekend. A dear friend of mine that I've had the pleasure of interviewing on my syndicated radio program many, many times, was the guest on the program. The Big R, Regis.
Yeah.
Regis Philbin passed away, and I'm going to pay homage to Regis right now, if we could.
I would now like you to meet Regis Philbin.
Coming up next on the premiere edition of Live with Regis and Kathy Lee.
Here are Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
1, 2, 3.
I'm out of control.
And then the third daughter broke her leg. I mean, it never ends in your place.
What? No.
Just what the hell is that? Daughter Grace just got her big break. Well, I was close. Welcome to America's Got Talent.
Which of these U.S. presidents appeared on the television series Laugh-In?
Richard Nixon, that's my final answer.
He's won $1 million.
I have no regrets. I received an opportunity to do something that I always wanted to do.
Thank you very much for these great years together. God bless you all, and I hope I see you again real soon. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, that was his last show right there
Yeah.
that he did.
Oh, man, he was just amazing, wasn't he? I don't know if I liked him better with Kelly or Kathy Lee or with Kelly Ripa.
I would say, I personally, I think Kathy Lee. That's just me, because that's where it started.
I think you're
that's
right.
That's where it was.
Right on.
I
remember Kathy Lee would always get on there and always talk about her kids.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of having Regis at Met Stadium.
You did?
Down here. It's Clover Park now. But he threw out the ceremonial first pitch.
Wow.
So I interviewed him in the, I want to say, probably 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Had him on a syndicated radio program a couple of times. We went to New York and broadcasted from New York, and we went right to his studios, and we went upstairs into his own private office, set up the recording equipment. And I'll tell you, man, unbelievable. He had so much memorabilia there
Yeah.
from just everywhere that he's been. It was just like, wow. It's like a museum.
Uh-huh. It's like on any show that I watched him on, like anything he did, he was always entertaining and just really nice to watch. When you watch Regis, he just always gave you just this really good feeling, like that he's a really good guy.
Yep.
Inside and out.
Yep. So over the weekend, Saturday, George went home. He's back in Kentucky.
Did he make it?
Yeah, he left. His mom wasn't feeling too well.
I'm sorry to
So
hear.
yeah, they had to go back a day early. His mom is kind of up there in age, but she's okay. She's better.
Good.
So they went back to Kentucky. George cooked dinner, bought some pizza, and just all sorts of stuff. So it was a great time. It's always nice when George comes down. The house gets cleaned.
But so what happens when he goes home? Does it get unclean?
The house gets dirty.
Unswept?
Yeah, unswept.
then the Nine family has to start. Everybody has to start pitching in to keep it clean again, right?
No, we're all good. So I went out and bought some groceries over the weekend, and I went to a particular grocery store. I'm not going to say where I went, but the best cut of meat that you can buy is filet mignon.
Yeah,
by
probably.
far, hands down. Best cut of meat, filet mignon. It's the most tender cut of beef there is out there.
Oh, wow.
Now, filet mignon is usually very expensive. It's anywhere from $19 to $21 to $22 a pound when you buy just the fillets, the little steaks themselves.
And they're so tiny.
Right. Now,
but full of flavor.
Right. Now, when you buy the whole filet and then you have the butcher chop it up, it's usually around, I want to say, $14, $15 a pound. So I walk into said grocery store, and in the meat department, I look and I see filet mignon, and there's 6 of them in a pack.
Ooh.
And I look at the price per pound, $10.48 a pound.
What a find.
I'm like, that's more than a find. Somebody is not going to have a job very long, because they mispriced it, is what happened.
Wow.
So I scooped it up, put it in my shopping basket, and I bought it. So it was like finding gold.
Yeah.
And then we had filet mignon for dinner last night.
So that price came up like that on the scan?
Yeah.
When you scanned the thing?
Yeah, I scanned it in. I did self-checkout.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was $10.48 a pound. So I got 6 fillets for like next to nothing.
That's a bonus.
So I froze 4 of them, and we cooked 2 of them, bought some pork chops and some other things at the store, and did what we needed to do. And the wife went out and did her little grocery shopping for what she needed, and we stocked up on a few things.
That's
and
good.
We're all good to go. But man, let me tell you, that filet mignon was good.
Yeah.
Rachel bought some of these new potatoes she wanted to try. I don't think she was a big fan of them, but I like them.
Mm-hmm.
They were potatoes sliced in half, and you microwave them. They were kind of like red potatoes, I want to say, but they were seasoned.
Oh, the red potatoes are good because most of the time you don't even have to peel a red potato.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the wife probably was wondering, is he going to put ketchup on his filet mignon? I didn't put ketchup on my filet mignon.
That's probably a good thing.
I used a little bit of A1 steak sauce.
Oh, my.
And that was good.
Just a little tiny bit of it.
Just a little bit. A little dabble do you.
Dabble do you, yes.
Yeah, little dabble do you. Opened up a can of green beans.
Yeah.
And then as we get everything done and prepared, the wife says, oh, I bought some Caesar salad too. I forgot to make that. I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll have it tomorrow night.
That from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
One Thanksgiving too, I was cooking for the whole family, and we sat down, and I said, you know what? I forgot to make the mashed potatoes.
That's all right. No big deal.
I mean, but you got to have mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving.
No big deal. I'm trying to remember what we had for dinner Saturday night. The night before, we had, I know what I made. I did a little bit of shake and bake action barbecue style with
Ooh,
some chicken
yeah.
breast.
I hear that
Nice,
shake and
big,
bake is
thick.
good.
Yeah, it's really super good.
I haven't had chicken in a while.
Mhm.
Usually when I do the chicken, I barbecue it right on the grill.
Yeah,
I
we
like-
did shake and bake, and we did some baked potatoes, and that was it. And speaking of barbecuing,
Yeah.
I have found that when you grill chicken breast, it
Yeah.
comes out much juicier on the grill than it does when you bake it in the oven. Don't know why,
Mhm.
but it's just a fact of life.
Plus, it has that smoky flavor, which I like better. I like that smoky barbecue flavor right from
Exactly.
the grill.
Really, 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 really good. 6:20 on a Monday on the Get Up and Go show. It's Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk. Bonnie, good morning.
Good morning to you, Evan. And just a moment here while I back up my news stories. I apologize this morning. Okay, the deadline for families to choose how their kids will return to school expired at 11:59 p.m. Friday. As of Tuesday, 30.5% of the students in the Martin County School District had opted in for virtual learning. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the details.
The decision on how to return to school for some is a difficult one. As of Tuesday, more than 30% of students in Martin County had opted in for virtual learning.
We don't know the long-term effects of the virus, which is very concerning.
Brandy Murray says social distancing inside schools is not possible.
I couldn't imagine him being in a kindergarten trying to socially distance. They don't even know what 6 feet is.
Her son Mason will be taking on the 5th grade from home instead of the classroom this fall.
I miss my friends, but I don't want to be in harm's way to see my friends because I can see them virtually online.
Shannon Chapman spoke at Tuesday's school board meeting. She says her kids will be going back to campus and that virtual school is not an option.
Children of this age are not ready and adaptable to study online for 6 to 8 hours a day. It just does not work that way.
One big question remains. When will year start? Martin County School Board members voted to support the delay of school until August 25th. However, they said that decision is pending approval from the Martin County Education Association. In a new statement this evening, the president of the teachers union, Karen Resinetti, said, quote, "The district calendar is a management right. The Martin County Education Association is not opposed to the calendar. However, the Martin County Education Association cannot support the new calendar without first has on our working conditions and our contract. The district is unwilling to get to the table so that we can expeditiously put forth the new calendar. It is very disappointing." We've also reached out to the Martin County School District after hours for their comment. We'll keep you posted on that. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Florida now has more coronavirus cases than New York. More than 9,300 new cases reported yesterday bring the statewide total to nearly 424,000. Another 77 deaths put the death toll over 5,800. As the pandemic continues, the governor is joining with hospitals and blood banks to urge people to donate plasma.
More than 400,000 people in Florida have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and nearly all of them have recovered. Those survivors are needed to donate their blood plasma and help those still suffering.
They're playing a key role in helping patients, and they are urgently needed to come forward to help. And so if they've recovered, we're hoping they hear our messages everywhere we're trying to put it.
Susan Forbes with OneBlood says there's a 500% jump in plasma requests from hospitals. One plasma donation can help 3 people suffering the worst of this virus. I'm Rory O'Neill.
While COVID-19 has mostly spared young people in Florida, it has killed 5 children under age 18 and recently claimed its youngest victim.
The state has confirmed its first coronavirus death in someone under age 10. Florida health records say that 9-year-old Kimmy Lynham died in Putnam County July 18th. Her family says the girl did not have any existing health problems before her mother took her to the hospital with a fever. I'm John McQuiston.
Air Force Two is heading to South Florida today as Vice President Mike Pence visits the University of Miami to discuss the search for a COVID-19 vaccine. Dr. Ron Saff with Florida Physicians for Social Responsibility says a vaccine won't be a panacea, but it will probably need to be mandatory, and that's not all.
If you have to make the coronavirus vaccine mandatory, well, you might as well make the mask mandatory.
University of Miami doctors say the phase 3 trial of a vaccine is going well so far with no side effects, and it has been able to show antibody responses in those who have received it. Everybody so fortunate and happy that baseball is back, and you have some Major League Baseball scores from last night. We'll give out a few. The Baltimore Orioles beat the Boston Red Sox 7-4. It was the Tampa Bay Rays over Toronto Blue Jays 6-5 yesterday. The Washington Nationals fall to the New York Yankees 3-2. The Atlanta Braves, wow, what happened to the New York Mets? They just kicked the pants out of them 14-1. And Miami Marlins over the Phillies 2 yesterday, 11-6 with that score. Our news time is 25, and weather and traffic together are next.
.626 the time of the Get Up and Go show. It's a Monday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
The roads are looking really fine on this Monday morning, so if you're heading out, you're looking at a good ride throughout the Treasure Coast for Stewart, Port St. Lucie. The area is good. There's your latest look at traffic. In Stewart, it is 76. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Good day, everyone. Steve Villanueva here. For today, we will 30% chance of a shower or a storm, daytime highs in the upper 80s. Not that much moisture around over the next several days, so we will see much drier conditions. While we will have a thunderstorm pop on up and some could produce some very heavy rainfall, they're not going to be as numerous as they have over the last couple of days. So temperatures today, again, upper 80s, but we will be heading into the lower 90s, feeling like the triple digits by the time we get to the middle and the end of the week. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
629, the Get Up and Go show. It's time for our segment called Viral Videos. There's a video that's surfacing around, Bonnie, of an Arizona man named Ty Star Valentini, who set a Guinness record for stacking 485 Jenga blocks on top of one vertical Jenga piece.
Just one piece?
Just one piece.
That's hard to do it as it is.
It took him about 2 hours, and he broke his own record from last year of 353 pieces.
You have to have a lot of patience to do this.
Yeah.
This guy looks like
think
he
about that.
has a lot of patience.
That's an awful lot of Jenga blocks.
That sure is. And to build it from just one piece standing there.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be afraid to breathe, like even breathe near it.
I know.
Afraid of blowing it all over.
And then after he did it, he calls his kid in to knock it all over.
I bet that kid had fun doing it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. We had Jenga blocks everywhere.
Got to be a part of Dad's video, and maybe Dad will get with the little boy and maybe they can build those Jenga blocks together.
Yeah, now I want to set the stage for this next viral video. In upstate New York, there's a video that went viral over the weekend of a 73-year-old man running and leaping off of a 50-foot cliff and landing safely in the water below. Let's listen. There he went. The beeps, of course, are the curse words.
The kids in the crowd, they're just going wild over this.
There's another angle. I mean, that's crazy.
How old is this guy?
73 years old.
73. So
yeah.
He just goes diving off of this cliff.
Well, he didn't dive. He ran off the cliff.
Water.
Head first into a body of water down below, 50 feet.
Yeah. And, I took a look at this cliff too, Evan, and it's, we've done this at the Eau Claire Dells. It's this famous place where the kids go and park. And you jump off of these cliffs up in Wisconsin, and we would jump into this rushing water too of the river down below too. And when I did it, I always did it feet first, never head first.
I would hope so.
But I'm looking at the angle too of this cliff that this 75-year-old guy dove off of, and the angle of that to me looks nowhere near. When we used to jump, it was a straight shot, but the angle of this cliff to where he dives, it looks like he's going to bang. He could bang or thud possibly into another cliff before hitting the water.
The rocks below.
It's such a weird angle.
The cliff that you jumped off, was it pretty high up?
It was fairly high.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you this. Okay. And you'll probably laugh when I say this. Did you get a wedgie? I mean, when you think about it, you're going in feet first and everything kind of tends to go up.
Yeah.
So you probably got a wedgie.
You did from time to time.
It's a pain in the arse.
and that water was so rushing that I don't know if, I think I've grown out of it. I'm not sure I would do it again because,
come on, sure.
It kind
why
of
not?
like sucks you down. And you're glad, when you kind of come back up to surface, because the suds and the swirling and the whirlpool of it is really, it was really strong as well. But I never heard of, or I've never fortunately been with any parties where somebody perished at these dive off
don't
cliffs.
even think about that one.
No.
I don't want to think about that.
No.
There's way too much other crap going on in the world.
There was a time though, we used to kind of like swim down those rapids too. And there was a time where my boyfriend and I were swimming it at one time.
Okay.
And we had to go against the current and the pattern of the water to get to the rocks that were across. So he was able to do it, and he launched onto a rock, and he kind of waved his hand at me for me to try it, and like, don't worry, I'll catch you by the hand.
Oh.
Well, I did it. I started swimming against the current and I missed his hand.
Oh, yikes.
So I went kind of like sweltering down the river, where fortunately I just banged into another rock and was able to grab onto it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of dangerous waters. I don't know if I would dare to do it again.
You got to be careful.
You do.
Definitely so.
You do.
There's a guy that found a weird way to cover the song by Toto, Africa. He programmed Tesla's coils to play the song, and the most interesting part is there are no speakers or special effects involved in this at all. Okay, so let's listen. Is that amazing? Those are the coils from a Tesla.
Wow.
He took the coils out of a Tesla and programmed the coils.
That's just amazing.
That's like blows me away.
He put that right in his backyard too, didn't he? And you
This is crazy.
You could just see like the currents coming off of the coils.
Is that nuts or what?
That'd be a little too high voltage for my backyard. Let me tell you. But very cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
That's I'm just blown away by this guy.
That's like better than fireworks.
And
like
I wish it would say his name on here, because I would go to the end of the earth to find this guy and have him on the show.
I know, right?
You know me, I'm always about, I mean, hell, if I can get a donkey on here, those people that had the donkey in Zoom meetings, I can get anybody.
Right.
Or how about the guy that was in the store when the woman walked in with the mask and the cutout? We interviewed him. We've had some strange characters on the program.
He was up in Tennessee, and I think that was just when the masks were going in order up there, like in order that you had to wear the mask. And you got him on the line too. You never did buy the donkey, but at least you got a hold of the guy that was selling the donkey.
I did. I did get a hold of the guy that was selling a donkey. Unfortunately, the wife won that argument.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to argue. I didn't want to sleep out on the porch.
I think the wife had to win that argument, and with all due respect to the donkey too, not to take away from you and Rachel, but you all never had a donkey before.
Yeah, well, I think I would have become the jackass in that situation. I could say that on the air. That's a word that is allowed to say to be said on the air.
Now this guy
it's a
with
slang word for donkey.
This guy with this high voltage, he did Toto's Africa, but I think he did some other songs with it too.
Yeah.
I don't think they included the sound bites with it.
I think he did Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm not sure. Let me click this and see what happens.
Wow.
Let's see here. Yeah, this is him doing Bohemian Rhapsody with the Tesla coils. Is that crazy? That is the most unbelievable thing I could have ever come across.
I know.
This guy's a genius. The company's called Franzoli Electronics. He's got to be out of the country. That's just amazing.
It is.
That just blows me away completely.
That would be some way to entertain your neighbors, no? Oh man.
Right? Oh, that'd tick off my neighbors. Yeah, that would definitely tick off my neighbors. Lastly, there's a video that's also gone viral of and it's on TikTok. It's a woman in Scotland who decided to roam in a cow pasture, and she was trying to save a herd of cows from a bag that was in the middle of the field. But two of the cows started chasing her through the grass until she jumps over a stone wall.
She's running from some pretty big black cows.
Yeah, she was running away from the cows.
Those cows are big and black. They almost look like buffalo to me. But they they were seriously chasing her across that field. Oh my.
Wow, I got logged out of. I have to log back in here. I don't know what happened. Hold on, give me a minute. I got logged out of my morning show prep. There we go. Okay, back to where we were. Okay, I don't know. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
I got logged out of my morning show prep. That's all right. No
It's
big deal.
just kind of like a manic Monday. It happened with my news, starting my news stories too.
Yeah,
All of
no
a sudden,
no big
boom,
deal.
I'm out.
No big deal. Bonnie, did you know that almost 20% of women have kept a fender bender a secret from their husband or boyfriend?
Oh, thank goodness that
Okay.
that I've never had to do that.
Before?
Mm,
Have you ever kept like a little incident from Gary? I mean, it's time to fess up.
no.
Time to tell the truth, Bonnie.
Way back when I was in high school and I
Uh-huh.
was Plymouth Horizon.
Okay.
So I'm driving it along one morning and I wasn't aware there was black ice
Oh, okay.
on the highway. And
Okay.
well, I went spinning into the ditch on the highway,
Oh,
off the highway.
okay.
I didn't wreck the car, but I didn't call him right away to tell him about it
Okay.
either.
All right. All right. No problem. We have a phone
He
call.
was bound to find out.
We have a phone call right now. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the Get Up and Go show. Happy Monday to you. Who's this?
Well,
I love it. It's Big Kitty. The one and only world famous Big Kitty is calling the show on a Monday.
Wow.
Wow.
It sounds like Big Kitty had a wild weekend.
Yeah, Big Kitty. How are you? Are you good? Big Kitty's good. Okay.
Did you have a wild weekend
Did you have
out
a wild weekend?
catting around?
Did you find another kitty to prance around with? Oh, wow. Okay.
Are you a fan of the Stray Cat Strut, Brian Setzer?
Oh. No. No. Big Kitty doesn't like to strut its stuff. Okay. Let me ask you a question, Kitty. Have you ever gotten into a kitty bender and kept it from your male counterpart friend? Oh, that was a yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, boy. So the Big Kitty's got dirt.
I guess.
Big Kitty's got dirt to talk about.
Dirt, but hopefully no cat spray.
No cat spray.
Nobody likes that odor.
No, we don't want to spray anything. No. All right. Okay. This is crazy. We're having a conversation with a cat.
It's just
It's
like
6:42 in the morning, Bonnie. People are gonna think we're nuts. They're just gonna like send the show and call the Looney Farm on us.
I know because I have a conversation with my cats in the morning
Yeah, but no
before coming.
It's not a conversation like this.
I know.
No, we're having a serious conversation with a flippin' cat right now.
And this cat is very responding.
And the caller ID screen is still broken on this phone, so we can't see where the damn call is coming from.
Yeah. We have inchling that he's hiding behind Cumberland Farms.
No, I don't think so. No, the cat is. Oh my gosh!
Unless he made it home with Bentley.
I don't know.
Did you go home with Bentley?
Oh boy. Okay. Wow.
Evan, we better end this phone call.
Bonnie, no, we can't end this phone call. This is. Wait, hold it. I have to play the appropriate music. It's time for another edition of As the Cat Turns. Today on As the Cat Turns, will Big Kitty ever be friends? Tune in to tomorrow's edition of As the Cat Turns to see if Big Kitty becomes friends with Bentley. Pat myself on the back. That was pretty damn good what I just did there.
That was beautiful.
I mean, that was like,
Beautiful.
I just did that off the cuff.
Yes. And it sounds like Big Kitty had a lot of catnip.
Yeah, so listen, Big Kitty, we need you to become friends with Bentley. Is it possible you can do that? No. Just no.
Sounds like he said, heck no.
No. Well, I don't know what it said. All right. Well, we're going to let you run, Big Kitty, because we have things we have to do. So have a great day, and it's been a perfect morning. Thanks a lot.
That
there
was
we go.
a
Did you like that?
Did
you like that?
Evan?
All right. Did you know 20% of workers say the temperature in the workplace makes them less productive?
It can, I think, if it rolls around to be a little bit too hot.
Yeah.
If you're hot and sweaty in the workplace.
I like it cold.
I do
like
too.
it cool.
Yeah.
If I could, I'd bring the thermostat down more, which I do have the ability to do, but I'm being mindful of you because I don't want you to freeze your arse off in here.
Oh, it's okay. Then I just wear sweaters, and that would give me a chance to wear my winter wear to work then.
Okay.
And-
Well, maybe I will tone the thermostat down and make it cold in here.
I did buy
We could
some.
hang meat from the ceiling, filet mignon at that.
Yeah, I bought some Christmas sweaters, and it could have a little bit of Christmas in July.
If you start
in the
wearing
studio.
Christmas sweaters, I'm broadcasting from the other room. 40%. Did you know 40% of women admit having thrown a shoe at someone when they were really angry? Okay, Bonnie, time to fess up again. Have you ever thrown a shoe at somebody when you're angry?
No,
No?
not in my memory at all.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
All right. I'm guilty of that. I kind of tend to throw or slam things when I get really super mad.
Oh wow! Do you
I
kind
do.
of break things
No,
too? And
we don't want to go there.
have you ever slammed your cell phone on the ground?
No, the certain things I'll break other people's stuff,
Oh.
not my stuff.
Okay. Very
Yes,
kind
I'm
of you.
guilty of that, and my wife will admit it. She will tell you straight up, and I have nothing to hide.
Oh
I
man!
tell you, no transparent. That it's very transparent here. So
Watch your items. Watch your
Yes,
goods
yes.
around Evan.
Did you know the average person touches their nose 5 times an hour without realizing it?
Yeah, and we were told not to do that with all the COVID-19, right?
Yep.
And it was like when the COVID first came out and everybody was talking about it and people seeing it on Facebook, I would feel that nerve going every time I was going to touch my face.
Mhm.
Like I'm doing it wrong. Not supposed to be touching that.
Well, how do you touch your face wrong? There's no right or wrong way to touch your face. It's just you just simply don't touch your face.
You're not supposed to know.
Right. Exactly. You just don't touch your face.
It's just
period.
a force of habit. Though.
Period. End of sentence. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. 6:46 on the Monday edition of the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk.
Hey, that deadline for families to choose how their kids will return to school expired at 11:59 on Friday. As of Tuesday, 30.5% of the students in Martin County School District had opted in for virtual learning, and WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
The decision on how to return to school for some is a difficult one. As of Tuesday, more students in Martin County had opted in for virtual learning.
We don't know the long-term effects of the virus, which is very concerning.
Brandy Murray says social distancing inside schools is not possible.
I couldn't imagine him being in a kindergarten trying to socially distance. They don't even know.
Her son Mason will be taking on the 5th grade from home instead of the classroom this fall.
I miss my friends, but I don't want to be in harm's way to see my friends because I can see them virtually online.
Shannon Chapman spoke at Tuesday's school board meeting. She says her kids will be going back to campus and that virtual school is not an option.
Children of this age are not ready and adaptable to study online for 6 to 8 hours a day. It just does not work that way.
One big question remains: when will the school year start? Martin County School Board members voted to support the delay of school until August 25th. However, they said that decision is pending approval from the Martin County Education Association. In a new statement this evening, the president of the teachers union, Karen Resinetti, said, quote, "The district calendar is a management right. The Martin County Education Association is not opposed to the calendar. However, the Martin County Education Association cannot support the new calendar without first negotiating the impact it has on our working conditions and our contract. The district is unwilling to get to the table so that we can expeditiously put forth the new calendar. It is very disappointing." We've also reached out to the Martin County School District after hours for their comments. We'll keep you posted on that. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
While COVID-19 has mostly spared young people in Florida, it has killed 5 children under age 18, and it recently claimed its youngest victim.
The state has confirmed its first coronavirus death in someone under age 10. Florida health records say that 9-year-old Kimmy Lynham died in Putnam County July 18th. Her family says the girl did not have any existing health problems before her mother took her to the hospital with a fever. I'm John McQuiston.
Drivers on Crosstown Parkway in Port St. Lucie should experience improved traffic flow and fewer delays thanks to a new system that uses real-time data to coordinate traffic signals. The new Advanced Traffic Management System, ATMS, is expected to optimize traffic patterns on Crosstown Parkway between Fairgreen Road and Floresta Drive by capturing current traffic demand data and using it to adjust signal timing for both the main corridor and side streets. The system prioritizes east-west traffic over side street traffic. As a result, motorists on side streets may wait at a red light when it appears there is no opposing traffic. Staff will continue to monitor and adjust the system to minimize side street wait times. Four Miami Marlins players have tested positive for coronavirus, including Sunday starter Jose Urena. According to sources familiar with the situation, the Marlins will be without the services of Urena, catcher Jorge Alfaro, who was placed on the injured list before their season opener on Friday, infielder Garrett Cooper, and outfielder Harold Ramirez. News time is 6:50, and weather and traffic together are next.
$6:52 in the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Treasure Coast, it's a good-looking Monday morning. The traffic is looking fine on US 1. Getting on your major highways, we're not finding any backup traffic. No accidents to report right now. There's your latest look at traffic. And we have 75 in Port St. Lucie. And here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Good day, everyone. Steve Villanueva here. For today, we will see a mix of sun and clouds, about a 30% chance of a shower or a storm. Daytime highs in the upper 80s. Not that much moisture around over the next several days, so we will see much dry conditions. While we will have a shower or thunderstorm pop on up, and some could produce some very heavy rainfall, they're not going to be as numerous as they have been over the last couple of days. Today, again, upper 80s, but we will be heading into the lower 90s, feeling like the triple digits by the time we get to the middle and the end of the week. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva on WUAM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Students, we'd like to welcome all 57 of you back to school. Let's see how this goes.
Welcome back to your school that's been sanitized. Welcome back. Things are screwed up more than you realized. So come on in and grab you a seat. Not too close, gotta be 6 feet. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Or you'll go homesick. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
It's a spoof,
Welcome back.
right?
I can't imagine being a student going back to the classroom this year.
No.
Especially like if you're maybe going into that high school and you're leaving your old school and
Yeah.
here you got to go to the big school and meet a bunch of new friends.
Yeah, with a mask on.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is. It's pretty wild.
Terrible times we live in right now. Lori Gaylord from the Martin County School System. She's the superintendent. She's actually going to be joining us at 7:30 this morning instead of 8 o'clock, where we usually have our weekly visit with her because she has some meetings that she has to get to at 8 o'clock. So we're going to switch things around. Our stupid news segment will go at 8 o'clock this morning instead of 7:30. So we're Paul, basically,
Yeah.
is
And
what we're doing.
if you can handle that insanity, we can too.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, this is probably one of the most insane asylum shows you'll ever listen to. It's the fastest 3 hours of radio right here on Martin County's Heritage Station, 1450 WSTU. If you have any comments on the show, if you want to hear something on the show, we always welcome an email. You can email the show, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. That's WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live, WSTU Morning Show. Also, the WSTU page is broadcasting the morning show live. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're all over the place. So there's no reason why you cannot participate in social media with us, right?
That's
Bonnie?
absolutely right. There's so many avenues where you can go to listen right now, not only on your car radio. We're just kind of like broadcasting everywhere. And like Evan said, including Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, and Alexa and Google Home as well. All you have to just do is say, Alexa, play WSTU radio. And probably right there, I probably just made somebody's Alexa turn us on.
Instantaneously.
So I'm going to do it again. Alexa, play WSTU radio. And bam, just like that, somebody's radio is on right now.
Like it's just like magic.
Speaking of which, we're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. Here comes the news. We'll be back for hour number 2 next.
On air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected to the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your host, Evan and Bonnie.
Good morning, sunshine. Feel as good as you look?
Oh, look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
I can no longer hold my tongue.
Hold your tongue.
Are you going to do the thing?
I don't do that tongue thing.
No, not the tongue thing.
I mean, really? That business with your tongue? What is that? That is disgusting.
Can we get started, please?
You watch your tongue.
Showtime.
7:07, the Get Up and Go Show, hour number 2.
Yeah, man.
That's right. We got things going like nobody else does.
I heard that.
That's because we are the biggest little radio show on the planet.
I know that's right.
What do you say to that, Bonnie?
And at the southwest end of the Roosevelt Bridge in Stewart.
That's right. You better believe it. Nobody can touch us.
Beautiful Stewart, too.
Yeah.
Don't we just have like the prettiest area when you walk around this little downtown Stewart on the riverfront?
For sure.
It is so authentic, quaint. A lot of heritage and history right here, too.
For sure, without a doubt. I'm like in this really good mood today. Like you have no idea. I'm in such a great mood.
Yeah.
It's redonkulous.
You can really tell that you are. It's just like it's giving a good vibe, and it's going to give me energy throughout the day, Evan.
I came in here in this great mood, and I'm going to leave in a great mood. And the only reason I'm in a great mood is because I have my best friend by my side at all times to get me through the thick, the thin, the good, and the ugly. And that best friend knows exactly who she is. And that's all I got to say about that.
Do we want to say happy birthday to her yet?
No. No.
We don't
We
want to
are
get
not
that.
saying happy 46th birthday to Rachel.
That we would get the party.
Crap, I just said
party
it.
started early.
No. Definitely not doing that. Not doing that at all.
She's not 40.
I'm going to let her enjoy 45
Yeah.
for a little while.
She's not 46 yet. So she's not quite there
Yeah.
yet. I think she's sharing oh no, she doesn't share a birthday. She shares shares the same age with Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, but she
who
says she
is-
shares the same birthday as Monica Lewinsky.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
I remember when we did that birthday
Thomas
rundown.
just wrote on our Facebook page that I'd be happy if I got to go to work with Bonnie every day too. Enjoy it.
Oh, that's nice of Thomas to say.
Yeah, well, the
That's
show
for
needs a
sure.
little bit of smarts, let me tell you. And she brings the smarts
I
to the
don't
show. That's all I got to say.
Uh,
Yeah, she adds the wisdom and all that other good fun stuff
We
without a doubt.
try. We try.
It's time for birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day. You're so modest, I swear. You got to take credit sometime, you know?
You know, you just got to keep your feet on the ground and
Well,
you
they're
know,
there.
keep it
You're not
spiked.
short, so they're on the ground.
Got to keep it spiked to the earth, Evan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's time for birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day. Bonnie, do you have anybody?
Happy birthday to my good friend Mike Bear up in the Northwoods.
Okay. Mike Bear in the North Woods.
Yes.
Okay, I like where you went with that one. Bear Woods. Okay. What the heck? Is this somebody that really exists?
Yes.
And he lives in the woods.
Yes.
And his name is Mike Bear. Where do you come up with these people from?
He's like he runs a ski hill too. He's like a
Okay.
manager at a ski hill up North Country.
Can we call him sometime? I want to talk to this guy.
I don't care. I don't know if he'll answer his phone.
Do you
but
have his number?
I don't right now.
Dang it.
Maybe I can get it.
Get it for me. Let's get it tomorrow. Let's call a guy tomorrow. Why not? What do we got to lose? I mean, what's he going to do? Complain?
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
you know what the people will say? Oh, well, welcome to the morning show.
I
That's
guess
what
we
it's
could
all
do
about.
it because I know he's not at Summerfest. He usually goes to Summerfest every summer.
Okay.
But no, I think Summerfest would have been like 2 weeks ago in Milwaukee.
Okay.
But you know, everything is cut down and not so happening
Okay.
this summer because of COVID.
Yeah.
So
You know, before we know what August is going to be here. And then September,
yeah,
October, Halloween, and then the election in November.
So as far as I
And then
know,
Christmas.
So as far as I know, Mike Bear is hiding in his bear den.
Yeah, he's hibernating. Winnie Harlow is 26 years old today. That's the model with Vitilgo, who was dating Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, right.
Okay.
How about that?
About that one. Sure, it's information that you want to need to know. We're just cutting edge entertainment this morning. Cheyenne Kimball is 30 years old today. That's the former country singer who used to be Gloriana. Taylor Schilling is 36. Chapman on Orange is the New Black.
Oh.
Kenny Warmaid is 36. That's Ren McCormick in the 2011 remake of Footloose. Jonathan Rhys Myers, 43. That's Bishop Hammond in Vikings. King Henry VIII on the Tudors, and the star of NBC's Dracula, and Tom Cruise's sidekick, Decian on Mission Impossible.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. J-Lo's squeeze is 45 years old today.
I did not know that J-Lo is like 6 years older than Alex.
Yeah. He's
Man.
dating a cougar,
Yeah, I guess so.
right?
Right. Because she just turned 51 like on Friday,
Yeah.
I think. So
she got the
they're-
booty of a 21-year-old,
I'm telling you.
right?
Mm-hmm.
No booty implants needed on that one.
She must work out quite often.
Yeah.
She's just like a woman that takes really good care of herself. And I'm sure Alex takes good care of her too.
Yeah. Maya Rudolph is 48 years old today, from Bridesmaids and formerly Saturday Night Live star. Nicolaj Coster-Waldau is 50 years old today. That's Jamie Lannister of Game of Thrones.
Oh, Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
Yes. And how old today?
50.
50.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And somebody that I happen to know, Triple H. You know who that is?
Triple H.
He goes by Paul Levesque is his real name.
Yeah.
But that's Triple H, the Game, WWE superstar, is 51 years old today. The guy's in incredible shape.
Is he still wrestling?
Every once in a while, he is. He has probably the best job security than any other wrestler in the history of the WWE because he's married to Vince McMahon's daughter, Stephanie. Vince McMahon owns the WWE. He's one of the top executives with the company and only wrestles occasionally, but always gives himself a top spot when he does wrestle.
He's in a really good position then, isn't he?
Yeah.
Does wrestling have like a shelf life? Like, are those people still wrestling when they're still at age 50 or once they
There's
hit 40?
a few that do, like Ken Shamrock still does.
Yeah.
There's a few guys that do every now and then, but most guys usually hang it up like when they get into their 40s.
Yeah, it's just like we heard on Friday too with a sports story that Mike Tyson is going to be getting back in the ring.
Yeah.
But for like an exhibition.
It's an exhibition boxing match.
Yeah, where they're not going to really like go in there and
Well,
just,
they're going to kick the snot out of each other. I can tell you that much.
supposedly they're going to have.
I'm predicting Tyson's going to lose his temper.
Yeah.
I'm making that as a bold prediction.
They're going to be wearing these gloves, I guess, that are bigger than the
No.
average boxing
No, they're
glove
wearing
too.
regular boxing gloves.
I thought they were just going to be a little bit on the bigger side because for exhibition or safety or something.
Where did you get that info from? I'd
that-
like to know your scoop.
It was just like in the story. It was like a sports story that I read on Friday.
Okay.
That the size of the glove might be a little bigger for
Okay.
some reason.
Okay.
And just
So
some.
the size of the glove has to do with the motion in the ocean.
Do you remember those boxing gloves you used to get like when you were a kid?
Mhm.
What were they called? Soccer boxer?
Rock'em, sock'em, or whatever you want to call those things.
I can't remember what, but they were just like super huge. They were just like huge balloons on your hands.
Right.
And then you were a little kid and you would just like go at them in the living room.
girls wear those when they do the boxing in the bars.
Yeah.
Where they have
Oh, do
girls
they?
going up against each other. They wear these gargantuan sized boxing gloves.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. I used to MC those things
Oh,
back
my.
in the day.
Did you like MC
Along with the bikini contests and other things.
mud wrestling too?
Yes, I
All
MC
that-
those.
Oh,
This is
glorious.
This is This is back in my day. You're finding out dirt about your co-host,
Yeah.
your partner, your work husband. I used to MC. I'm just gonna put all the dirt on the line right now.
Well,
my wife knows about all this anyway.
Okay.
So I used to MC back in the day. I used to MC bikini contest, wet t-shirt contest,
wow.
mud wrestling, okay, jello wrestling,
Okay.
okay, and other things that I can't disclose on the air.
Well, you were in the heart of all of that, weren't you, being in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, I was in the heart of that. I worked
Yeah.
the adult club industry for many years as a adult club DJ. Back in the day in
nobody
Fort
should
Lauderdale.
be knocking it. I think you
Oh
had
no, they better not, because I was going home with $300, $400, $500 a night.
There you go.
Trust me, the girls made money. I made money.
Making
You
a
play their
living.
music and they make money. You know what?
Mhm.
We're all making money. So let's see who's on the phone with us. Good morning. You're on the air. This is Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Hey, Evan, it's Gary. How you doing?
Hey, Gary. It's Gary.
Good morning.
Finally, he makes an appearance on the program. Round of applause.
I want to know who.
What's up, buddy?
I want to know who Tyson's fighting.
I don't know. Bonnie, can you pull that up?
Yeah, let me look that up.
Listen, the only thing I know Tyson's about to fight is a shark.
Well, that's besides the point.
It's
Yeah.
Shark Week, and he's fighting a shark.
I know.
That's
I
all
saw the
know
I
about.
saw the
I don't know about
promos
another
for that,
fight,
man.
right?
That's pretty cool stuff.
That is cool, but I don't know about some guy he's fighting.
All right, hold on. Bonnie's pulling it up right now. Did you find it, Bonnie?
Floyd. He's fighting Roy Jones Jr.
I thought you were going to say Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't stand a Chinaman's chance, and you know what for
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roy Jones Jr.
And it's going to be like an exhibition bout. It's just going to be like really for show. So these legends, these fighting legends, can kind of just get in the ring, and it looks like it's going to be a money maker for them.
I don't know, Gary. What are your thoughts on that, Gary? Do you think Tyson's going to lose his potatoes or what?
I don't know. Someone could get their bit off.
You know, that's a
It could
possibility.
happen.
That's a possibility. We could have a Vander Holyfield part 2.
Gary and I saw Mike Tyson just the other night in The Hangover.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen him recently at all? Have either of you seen what he
Just in
looks
that
like?
commercial where he's going to go against this shark. I don't even know what he's doing, though.
I got to tell you, man, he's in phenomenal shape. He's in the
Oh,
best
yeah.
shape of his life.
Yeah. And I think he's supposed to be fighting a shark for Shark Week. And I don't know how they're going to do that, because like even with the Olympic swimmer that they did, they said that Olympic swimmer a couple of years ago was going to be like racing a shark, in a swimming race.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they showed it, they were just kind of like set up pretty separate. It
Wow.
looked kind of like baloney. So I don't know what they're going to do with Mike
And he
Tyson.
lost to the shark, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
Need to get you more involved in the show and get you to call in more often, because for a moment there, I was starting to wonder if you still existed. Bonnie talks about you all the time, but we never hear from you. I'm like, and everybody's probably wondering, who's this guy, Gary?
Yeah.
You know, is he real? Is he a fictitious person? And yes, folks, Gary is live and well, and he's a real person on the air with us right now.
Yeah, it just like I'm making them up, just like that girl did in 2.5 Men, and she would always talk about Manny.
Manny Quinn. Yeah.
Oh my!
Manny
So
Quinn.
here's the $1 million question, Gary. We have somebody that's been calling this by the name of Big Kitty. Have you heard of Big Kitty?
Yeah, I've heard of Big Kitty. Yeah.
Your girlfriend has been having serious discussions on the air with Big Kitty, and I'm
Yeah,
starting
well,
to
that's the only one
worry
we
here,
really see
Gary.
Around here too is the cat.
Yeah, I'm starting to really worry. I mean, is this something I need to be alarmed about or what?
Nah, she talks to cats all the time.
Oh boy! So we're gonna call her Mrs. Doolittle.
There you go.
I love it. I love it.
And my Manny Quinn hasn't Baker acted me yet, so
Hey man, feel free to call the show anytime. You know, we have open phones, and we'd love to hear from you more often. I mean, heck, my wife calls and bashes me, so you're more than welcome to bash me or bash Bonnie or bash anybody you want. I don't care.
I appreciate the bash party.
No
I don't
problem.
get up that early usually. So.
Well, you're up now. It's 7:21. All right, there you go.
And you guys are the same. Gary doesn't want to go with me to bargain bins either.
Oh, you mean bin deals? Oh, you need to drag his little arse over to bin deals one day.
I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, Gary, you have to go to bin deals and experience it once.
Have you
I
been
did.
there?
Yes, I went once. I lasted 5 minutes with Rachel. That was it.
5 minutes.
I lasted 5 minutes, and that was it. I was done.
Oh,
But you have to go. Trust me. Just oblige her. Do me a favor. Oblige her and just go one time with her, and I guarantee you'll never want to go back. I promise.
Yeah,
you.
I went to that Coke factory with her one time. I don't think so. I buy everything online.
He does. He will. I cannot get him to go clothes shopping. He buys.
Really?
Shopping.
That's
I'll
all
shop
right.
on the phone.
He does it online.
He does?
He likes doing his shopping online.
Yeah, good old
You know?
Amazon and
He
delivered
does.
right to your
That's
doorstep.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
But
nothing wrong with that.
He picks out some really amazing clothes.
I'm sure
too.
he does.
He has fine
But
taste.
you need to drag a little behind the bin deals with you. Just once. Just one
I'll have to
time.
check it
I
out.
want you to go one time, and then I want you to call into the show, and I want to get your honest opinion of bin deals after you go.
All right.
All right?
My nephew likes it.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, might find the deal of the day. The
I
deal
mean,
of
who
the-
knows? You might dumpster dive, and you could walk out with a MacBook or a pair of AirPods or an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or
Yeah.
anything. Anything's possible.
That's what's exciting about it. You just never know what you're going to find.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of crap there too, but that's besides the point.
Is it a big place?
Oh, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10,000 square feet.
How many bins are there?
A boatload.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man, these things are I know my wife is listening. Rachel, if you're listening, call into the program real quick. We have I know we're running late on news, but I can take another minute or two. This place is gigantic. I'm telling you. It's like the size of a stadium.
Yeah, it's just like a huge warehouse out
Yeah,
there.
it's just a big empty warehouse, and they have bins. That's all they have is bins on bins on bins, and you just dumpster dive.
And
That's
I
all
would
you
like
do.
to-
Are they open today?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look, he's ready to go. Look at that. I got him all excited. Got him all excited. I don't know. Is today Dollar Day? I don't know. I'll have to find out if it's Dollar Day or
I
not.
think Tuesday might be Dollar Day.
But today's Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know that they're open today because Rachel said Sunday
Yeah.
and Monday and Tuesday.
You just have to wear a mask and you have to wear gloves, but you can't wear disposable gloves. You have to wear the gloves that you garden with because too many people are discarding the disposable gloves in the bins, and it's not sanitary that
That's
way.
gross.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Isn't that
yeah,
kind of
Yeah,
gross?
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get to news, Gary, man. Hey, call the show anytime. Please do.
I love you, honey.
Thanks a lot.
I love you, honey. All right, see you later. Bye-bye. Wow, he's even full of energy this
I
morning.
know.
What the heck got into him?
It's some kind of a weird
Wow.
Monday sort
It's
of
a Monday.
episode.
Everybody's running on
Yeah.
high test this morning.
I know.
7:24. Let's get to the news desk. Bonnie, standing by.
Thank you, Evan. The deadline for families to choose how their kids will return to school expired at 11:59 p.m. Friday. As of Tuesday, 30.5% of students in Martin County School District had opted in for virtual learning. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the details.
The decision on how to return to school for some is a difficult one. As of Tuesday, more than 30% of students in Martin County had opted in for virtual learning.
We don't know the long-term effects of the virus, which is very concerning.
Brandy Murray says social distancing inside schools is not possible.
I can imagine him being in a kindergarten trying to socially distance. They don't even know what 6 feet is.
Her son Mason will be taking on the 5th grade from home instead of the classroom this fall.
I miss my friends, but I don't want to be in harm's way to see my friends because I can see them virtually online.
Shannon Chapman spoke at Tuesday's school board meeting. She says her kids will be going back to campus and that virtual school is not an option.
Children of this age are not ready and adaptable to study online for 6 to 8 hours a day. It just does not work that way.
One big question remains: when will the school year start? Martin County School Board members voted to support the delay of school until August 25th. However, they said that decision is pending approval from the Martin County Education Association. In a new statement this evening, the president of the Teachers Union, Karen Resinetti, said, quote, "The district calendar is a management right. The Martin County Education Association is not opposed to the calendar. However, the Martin County Education Association cannot support the new calendar without first negotiating the impact it has on our working conditions and our contract. The district is unwilling to get to the table so that we can expeditiously put forth the new calendar. It is very disappointing." We've also reached out to the Martin County School District after hours for their comments. We'll keep you posted on that. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
For the first time since the pandemic began, volunteers and veterans with House of Vet helped an 87-year-old Army vet, Stewart, by repairing his carport and painting his house at no cost to him. And WPTV's John Shaman has this.
Veterans helping out a fellow vet on the Treasure Coast today. For the first time since the pandemic, volunteers with House of Vet in Stewart helping an 80-year-old Army veteran by repairing his carport and painting his house for no cost.
You may not have known this veteran, but this veteran didn't know you when he gave up his time and maybe even his life to care for you, to give you the freedom to be able to do a peaceful demonstration.
House of Vet holds a concert for veterans in need of medical.
Major League Baseball scores. Miami Marlins beating the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday 11-6. 3-2 it was the New York Yankees over Washington Nationals. The Cincinnati Reds fall by 1 to the Detroit Tigers 3-2. It was 9-2 with Cleveland Indians beating the Kansas City Royals yesterday. The Tampa Bay Toronto Blue Jays by a score of 6-5. Boston Red Sox get beat by Baltimore 7-4. The Minnesota Twins beating Chicago White Sox yesterday 14-2. And oh my, New York Mets fall hard to the Atlanta Braves 14-1 yesterday. News time is 7:28. Weather and traffic together are next.
$7:29, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
No traffic accidents. The roadways are clear. You should have a good ride on your way to work this morning. And there's your latest look at traffic. Partly cloudy. It's 76 in Stewart. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Good day, everyone. Steve Villanueva here. For today, we will see a mix of sun and clouds, about a 30% chance of a shower or a storm. Daytime highs in the upper 80s. Not that much moisture around over the next several days, so we will see much dry. While we will have a shower or thunderstorm pop on up, and some could produce some very heavy rainfall, they're not going to be as numerous as they have been over the last couple of days. So temperatures today, again, upper 80s, but we will be heading into the lower 90s, feeling like the triple digits by the time we get to the middle and the end of the week. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:32 the time to Get Up and Go show, normally at 8 o'clock in the morning. Lori Gaylord, Superintendent of Martin County Schools, joins us, but we're kind of flipping things around a little bit to accommodate to her very busy schedule. So Lori's joining us now on our line. Lori, good morning. How you doing? How's your family and the extended family at the school board doing these days?
Well, good morning, and I thank you for accommodating the schedule this morning, but at our usual time we do the radio show. Kicking off for our new teacher orientation today. And this is new teachers that are coming to the Martin County School District. So they could be brand new teachers for the first time, or they could be people that have relocated and are resuming their teaching career here in Martin County, or maybe some people that are just coming back to teaching. Maybe they've had some time off. So this is always a busy time of year for us, but this school year, this back to school year probably is like no other ever in history. And my wish is that we don't continue this. So
yeah, what a way to welcome these new teachers. Oh my gosh, they're probably like
if they remember what Calgon is.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've said that to quite a few people, and people are like, Calgon? What's Calgon?
Yeah.
Nobody
Like
knows
with
what
the
that
record
is.
player.
I know, right? Exactly. The
But they do
Victrola.
have- Yes, they do have record players now for these, like, really intense ones that are. I saw them at Best Buy recently. So.
Yeah, you can digitally take your
Yes.
records and convert them into MP3 files.
Mhm,
So, I mean,
mhm,
who has
yeah.
records anymore? Do you have records, Lori?
No, I don't. Sorry to say.
I was going to start to wonder if you've got records. We need to have a conversation off air.
no, and 8-track tapes.
Oh my gosh, that's even
All-
worse.
Yeah.
All
Wow.
these good things,
Wow.
all these good things.
And the
So-
cassettes are cut above the 8-tracks.
Yeah, cassettes are just a cut above. At least you can rewind and fast forward those bad boys.
Yeah.
Where the 8-tracks, you had to go through the whole flipping track to get to the song you want to hear all over again.
Remember having to put that penny or the quarter on top of the 8-track
Yes,
so it wouldn't
so-
sputter?
yes, exactly. I remember that. We're giving our ages away.
Oh, I
here.
know.
Oh my gosh. So Lori, we had some high schools that graduated recently, and I heard that the kids really had a great time.
It was fabulous. We started out with Martin County High School on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And it was great. I mean, all the kids, and I was really surprised. There were more students that attended than I anticipated, because I had heard that, some students said, I'm not coming. And I know that people have other plans in the summer, but I was glad to see so many students. And we, every high school did such a great job. Advanced Learning Center on Saturday morning. So it was a little warm out there. It was a little sticky. And Jensen Beach, they gave us the thunder and lightning kind of was rolling in, but we got everybody across the stage before it started to rain. So yeah, it was great. It was
Now,
great.
which one was your biggest graduation?
Probably the Martin County High School class.
Okay.
They had the most students, and they were the biggest graduating class, and they had the most attend as well.
Wow.
Mhm.
So now
Yep.
you're saying that they were the largest graduating class in the history of the school, or just for this year?
For this year.
Okay.
For this year.
Okay.
For this year. They had probably about 550 graduates.
Oh my.
But I would say that probably close to 300 or so attended live in person in the event. I'm not sure if they have a final count or not.
Okay.
But yeah. So that was pretty good.
Wow. And
And
the
the
weather
the
held up
parents,
for
everybody-
everything, right?
The weather held up for everything. That the students wore their masks. Parents attended. Everybody was very orderly, and all of our partners that helped us to be able in the planning and preparation and to be able to roll out this
Aw.
event. It was fabulous. And I know just probably a few months ago when we were in the preparation stages of this, people were wondering how we would ever pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think about going back to school too. Is I think about this and I think we will do this the best way that we possibly can. I mean, we can put a man on the moon, right? So we should be able to
Right.
roll out and be able to measure 6 feet and wear a mask or something like that. So
everybody, Lori, has their mixed thoughts about, do I want my kid to go back to school? Do I want my kid to learn at home? And, nobody's going to be forced to do anything that they don't want to do. So it's their decision whether they want to have their child go back to school and have that learning face to face with a teacher, or if they choose to do it virtually. So nobody can blame anybody, at the school board at all. It's the parents' choice what they do. It's unfortunate that the virus is what's putting a damper on everything, but in the ultimate end, at the end of the day, it's the moms and the dads that are going to have to make that ultimate decision which way they want their child to learn.
Absolutely. And you know that every Monday we've talked now for probably the past month.
Right.
There's been a different plan. So last Monday, we were still on the regular school start time, or school opening time, which would have been students returning on August. However, Monday, we saw many districts around the state push their start date back a week or 2 weeks. And so I made a recommendation to the school board that we postpone our first day of school for the 2021 school year by 2 weeks. So the students would return August 25th.
Okay.
Teachers would return August 10th. So that would give them 2 weeks of preparation before the students came, because we know that this school year, like we've said, is not typical. It's not like any other school year. This way would allow the teachers to have more time about preparing for their students that were going to be in class, as well as get familiar with their online learning, because online learning, when we turn it around in March, is going to look different than what it would look like today.
Okay.
The expectation coming from the Department of Education is that, we're going to have school all day. Those students that are learning at home, it needs to look like learning and have that high expectation and that rigor of being in the classroom. So we know that teachers, did their best job in March. We had some that did a bang-up job. I think it was difficult for some. So this way it would allow teachers that extra time to get ready for this and to be able to prepare. However, the school board said that they would accept the calendar. We put the calendar out, and the calendar does adjust the time. But because we would have to make up some days that students were missing in that 2 week time that,
right,
they would be delayed. And teachers would have to make up that time. So it was really the school board put it on, decided that they would approve the start date if the teachers union also approved the start date.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have till noon tomorrow to make that decision. I understand they're not interested. Now the school board also said that they're not interested to accept this calendar, and we can work it out. Changes to that calendar. Then we will resume the regular schedule, and that's the board approved calendar that was approved last year, that we start school August 11th for students, and the teachers would come back August 3rd. So this is approaching very quickly now.
Oh my! So it's not official yet that things are pushed back 2 weeks.
No,
wow.
It's not.
Okay.
So I haven't heard. Well, and hopefully we'll get some more information today. And by tomorrow, we will be able to announce that for sure date. At this point in time, we will be prepared either way. And so I know, like I keep saying, this is not the same school year start as we've seen in years past. This is different than any other year that we've ever started school.
I really hope that it does push back 2 weeks for a lot of the reasons you mentioned, and also it gives the custodial staff and cleansing team an extra 2 weeks to go back into the rooms and double and triple check and make sure that all the cleansing and sanitization has been done properly.
Yes, and trust me, that's been done probably at the end of the year, and it's probably been done again, getting ready for the students. And you know that when we come back to school, usually in August, everything is shiny and new, and it looks great. And our staff does such a great job. Our custodial staff and fan operators do such a great job making the school look almost new when the students come back. It's all shiny and bright. And we are in the process right now of hiring extra custodial staff to be able to help with this extra cleaning. So anybody that's looking should, they have some need for an employment, we are certainly looking for them. I also want to talk about Extended Day. Our Extended Day program is holding registration for this school year now. So parents who have a child enrolled in one of our 12 district-operated elementary schools are invited they were invited to schedule an appointment to report to campus and register for Extended Day. We will be keeping with the, recommended health guidelines. And so this year, unfortunately, we need to limit the number of students that we're able to enroll at each site. So I would imagine, hopefully, people have enrolled their students that do need the Extended Day. Because of all of this and the number of students that we serve will be less, there is going to be a slight fee increase this year, so that it will help the district cover those operational costs. And so the tuition fee for students for Extended Day for 5 days a week is $55 for one child. And that comes out to be about $11 a day or $2.75 an hour. And it's open from right after school for elementary students from about 2 to 6 p.m.
You can't beat that. You can't pay a babysitter that.
No, I mean, well, I hate to date myself. Back when I was babysitting, that's kind of, I was.
Hour was minimum wage for me at Publix at my first job. Wow.
So to think that this many years later that you can have your child taken care of after school hours, $2.75 an hour, that's pretty darn good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really good. One last question I wanted to ask you, Lori, is the teachers with the virtual learning, is this going to put extra strain on the teachers, extra hours in the teacher's work day? How is this going to work?
All right. So we're calling it remote student learning. So this is remote learning. So the teachers all will have set up with a little camera.
Okay.
That is on a little tripod, and so they can position that. So her lessons that she plans for, so she will not have to plan a different lesson for the at-home students.
Okay.
It will be the same lesson for the students that are in school. And we have about 30% of our students that have chosen to do the remote learning at home.
Okay.
So that's approximately 5,000 students have chosen that option. And we're cleaning up those numbers today, so hopefully we'll have a better number.
Okay.
So those students, so out of my classroom, say I have, 20 students in my classroom, and I've got, 5 students at home and the rest are in class. They'll be socially distant. And each school is deciding how they're going to work their cafeteria, whether they're in the cafeteria or, whether they eat in their classroom. We've also provided extra tables, and those schools, especially your high schools and maybe some of your middle schools, I'm not sure what they're planning at middle school, but high schools, that they do have more outside seating so that we can have students eating outside or inside. So all those options for school. But so the teacher will remote learn her lesson right into the student.
So it's like the student is basically in the class, except they're home and watching on a screen. It's just like being there. Now, here's one question that I do have. Let's say little Johnny has a question and he can't raise his hand because the teacher can't see him. So how does he communicate with a question to the teacher? Is there going to be a chat box where he can type his question?
Yes, there is a chat box, and I do know that before. So one of the little students that I had visited when we did this in the spring, there is a chat box, and then there's also a time that teachers would take phone calls and things, and our teachers are really good about being hands-on with students and taking those questions. So I'm not sure exactly how every teacher is going to be able to work that communication with their students in their classroom.
Okay.
I'm sure that they'll be able to work that out. So, all these little details to be worked out, right?
Yeah, interesting times that we live in, for sure. That's Lori Gaylord. She's the superintendent of the Martin County School System. She's the gal that heads all the things up, and she still hasn't pulled all her hair out of her head as of yet. Soon to be, but I don't know. Anything's possible. But Lori, it's always a pleasure to have you on the program. We really enjoy getting the insight each and every week. And anytime you need to alter your schedule, please feel free. Have your assistant reach out to me. As you can see, we're very accommodating here on the program.
Well, I really appreciate it this morning, so thank you very much. And we'll be sure that stay tuned for our back-to-school dates, and I'll make sure that you get that information as soon as it becomes available.
Yeah, please do, and we look forward to having you on next week. And you, those teachers, on behalf of myself and Bonnie, we thank them for everything that they do for all the students in Martin County.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a great day. Thanks for joining the show.
You too.
Bye-bye now. 7:47. It's time for Go Show. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk.
Thank you, Evan. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says Republicans are set to roll out the next COVID-19 aid package on Monday. Mnuchin told reporters at the Capitol that extending an expiring unemployment benefit but reducing it substantially is a top priority for Trump. He called the $600 weekly aid ridiculous and a disincentive for people to go back to work. Mnuchin also said a fresh round of $1,200 stimulus checks would be coming in August. For the first time since the pandemic began, volunteers and veterans with House of It helped an 87-year-old Army veteran in Stuart by repairing his carport and painting his house at no cost to him. WPTV's John Shaman has this.
Veterans helping out a fellow vet on the Treasure Coast today. For the first time since the pandemic, volunteers with House of It in Stuart helping an 87-year-old Army veteran by repairing his carport and painting his house for no cost.
You may not have known this veteran, but this veteran didn't know you when he gave up his time and maybe even his life to serve for you, to give you the freedom to be able to do a peaceful demonstration.
House of It holds a pantry for veterans in need in Martin. Like to help, you can find some more information on our website, WPTV.com.
Craft brewery owners across Florida claim new rules during the coronavirus pandemic are now making it harder to them to stay in business. And WPTV's Matt Cessny has the story.
So having this closed is a detrimental impact to our business.
David Boucher has had to close his Sailfish Brewery in Fort Pierce for a third time since March. This latest closure coming, he says, after the state's Department of Business and Professional Regulation told him that because of COVID rules, his food license was not enough. He now needs a restaurant license.
I wouldn't say we're being picked on, but you can get behind things that they have logic behind them. I cannot still wrap my mind around what's going on right now.
What's happening is what's happening to craft breweries all over Florida, changing guidelines and rules, owners say, which has them reeling.
We believe it's unfair because we think it's somewhat arbitrary that breweries are being targeted.
Rob Regan is with the Florida Craft Brewers Guild, representing over 300 craft breweries in what has become a $3 billion industry in the state.
I mean, everyone's suffering. I'd say more than 50% of the breweries are suffering tremendously, where they are on the verge of closing their doors.
In Boynton Beach, the owner of Copper Point Brewing says he had to invest in a food truck just to keep his doors open. In Fort Pierce, David Boucher has his pizza ovens off until he says he's able to get a new license and the green light to open up again.
To coin a term, it's making up as you go. And it's just every time it's something new. And my frustration with the state is you impose these regulations, but provide no cure method or no mechanism and roadmap to open back up again.
In Fort Pierce, Matt Cessny, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Lastly, the weather forecast is 80% go for a launch from the Cape on Thursday. A United Launch Alliance rocket will carry a rover called Perseverance and a helicopter called Ingenuity to the planet Mars. The NFL has about 1,700 players. Did you know one of them is also a medical doctor? Laurent Duvernay Tardif is an offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's the only active NFL player with an MD. graduated from McGill University Med School 2018, and he's been treating COVID-19 patients in the off-season. Now, over the weekend, he announced he won't be playing in 2020 and said it wasn't an easy decision to make. He said that he thinks the Chiefs medical team has a good plan in place to minimize risks, but that they can't eliminate them. And if he's going to take any risks at all, he'd rather do it caring for patients. News time is 7:52. Weather and traffic together are next.
$7:53 the time on the Monday edition of the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Get ready for a nice ride on a Monday morning. Major highways looking clear north and southbound, and it looks like US 1 throughout Martin and St. Lucie County. It's a good ride there. No accidents, no tie-ups. There's your latest look at traffic. And we have 76 in Palm City. Here's our weather forecast at WPTV.
Good day, everyone. Steve Villanueva here. For today, we will see a mix of sun and clouds, about a 30% chance of a shower or a storm. Daytime highs in the upper 80s. Not that much moisture around over the next several days, so we will see much drier conditions. While we will have a shower or thunderstorm pop on up, and some could produce some very heavy rainfall, they're not going to be as numerous as they have been over the last couple of days. So temperatures today, again, upper 80s, but we will be heading into the lower 90s, feeling like the triple digits by the time we get to the middle and the end of the week. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
7:59 on the Get Up and Go Show. Wow, 2 hours done and 1 to go. And that wraps up Monday, and we've only got 4 more days until the weekend is upon us.
Yeah, and it's going to clearly be here before we know it.
Wow.
The weekend went by so quickly, too.
Where
Just
the
amazing.
heck did the time go this morning?
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get to my other job, and I'm sure time is going to fly by there, too.
Oh, are you working today, by the way?
Yes, I go to work at, I get there at 10. I start at 10 today.
You know, Fredo, I had a conversation with Fredo over the weekend, and he said he wanted to come and visit you there.
Oh,
and he said if he got a massage, he'd probably say this.
Yeah, man.
That's right. You'd
And-
probably make his shoulders feel better.
And I would suggest he get another therapist.
Well, you know, that's besides the point. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then stupid news right after that. Don't go anywhere.
the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your host, Evan and Bonnie.
Press the blast off button.
Okay.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out? Can I use your mic? Yes, we are ready to let the dogs out.
Good morning, sunshine.
I am not a morning person. We're all about having fun. Wake me at 10.
There's nothing wrong with being fun and popular and just giving people what they want.
Trust me, you're gonna love this.
I'm trying to. It's showtime.
It is showtime. Hour number 3 for you and me is underway. What do you think of that one?
I like the way you put a poem into that note.
A poem? Did you say poem?
I said a poem.
A poem? What is a poem? Never heard of a poem. Is that a Wisconsin thing?
Yes.
Poem?
Yeah, you can say poem or poem, and some people say poem.
Poem. Okay.
Yes.
Never heard of that before. I'll take it.
You put a little bit of rhyme into your chime, Evan.
Okay. Oh, look at you getting all fancy now, being all smarty pants.
I know.
Jeez. All right. Well, it's time for that stupid news.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
I love starting off a Monday with stupid news.
We sure could use a little stupid news today.
Stupidity in the show. Well, that'll be here tomorrow with Phil, but that's besides the point.
That's going to be a
Did
lot
I
of fun.
just say that?
Yeah, I can't believe you went there.
Okay,
but
well,
it should be a lot of fun.
You know me, Bonnie. There's no filter here. Wherever I can go.
Right.
You know, he's probably going to call any moment and rip me a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to Italy, where airport police recently intercepted a package sent from Colombia that was filled with coffee beans. It turned out around 500 of the beans had been cut in half and they were hollowed out and they were filled with cocaine and then taped back together. The tape was dark brown and hard to spot, so it probably would have made it past authorities, but whoever sent the beans put a fake name on the address. And the name they chose was Santiago de Antonio. And that's a mafia boss from the movie John Wick, Chapter 2.
Okay.
One of the cops must have also been a big John Wick fan because they recognized the name and they opened up the beans and saw the tape. Then they delivered the package to the address on the envelope and they arrested a 50-year-old guy who came to pick it up. They ended up finding 150 grams of cocaine inside the beans, or just over 5 ounces of coke.
I would have hated to be the worker pulling apart all those beans and placing the cocaine inside there.
Right?
What a tedious job that had to be.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's why they call it stupid news.
Stupidity.
Let's go to Ogden, Utah, where a man is facing a felony distribution charge after police say he was spotted printing pornography at a Walmart photo center.
Oh, wow.
Only at Walmart.
Oh, my.
Could you imagine? According to the probable cause affidavit, witnesses complained to Walmart loss prevention, saying a man later identified as 22-year-old John Hughes was printing off pornographic images at the Walmart photo center, and then police found out he was intending to take them to a prison to hand out to his friends that were incarcerated during his face-to-face visit with his friends.
Oh, wow. So he was doing a friends in not so high places a little bit of a favor.
A friend in need is not a friend indeed.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Okay. Note to self, Bonnie, and you have brand new notepads there.
I do.
Do not go to
Pull one out.
Walmart and print off pornographic images.
Can you imagine like the passers-by, the passers-by neck turning and like, is he really printing that out?
And then you wonder why a crowd is gathering near the photo lab.
Yeah.
Cheap thrills.
I guess so.
Let's go to Detroit, where a 51-year-old woman named Ween Well, boy, just with that name alone starts to wonder. Wendy Ween wanted to kill her ex-husband, so she searched online and found a website. It's called rentahitman.com. The entire site is just a complete joke, Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It claims to have 18,000 hitmen stationed around the country and that it's headquartered at the Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach.
Oh, boy.
And that the company recently had to cut ties with the Illuminati and Jeffrey Epstein. It also brags about being HIPAA compliant, which they say stands for the, quote, Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964.
And this lady fell for it.
Somehow, she still fell for it and filled out the request form detailing how she wanted her ex-husband killed. Then whoever runs the site saw the request come through and called the police. They set up a sting in a parking lot, and they arrested the woman when she offered an undercover cop $5,000 for the hit, plus travel expenses.
Well, it's a good thing that she got caught.
She's facing charges for solicitation to commit murder.
Mm-hmm.
How about that one?
You don't go hiring a hitman on your husband now.
No, you don't do that because they'll say,
"Oh,
yeah, and ouch."
especially from a funky site like that, and being in Mar-a-Lago
Yeah,
too, for
in
goodness
Mar-a-Lago.
sakes.
Yes. Multiple motorists trying to avoid a head-on collision say they were forced off State Road 85 Sunday evening by a man heading south who repeatedly drove in the northbound lanes.
Oh, boy.
Okay, wrong direction.
Oh, man.
It happened south of Laurel Hill around 6:30 in the evening, according to a press release from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. After a traffic stop on the reckless vehicle, sheriff's deputies, boy, I can read, right? Sheriff's deputies
We get you.
found
We're
two
still
small
getting ya.
children crying loudly in the 2012 Dodge, which was being driven by 42-year-old Timothy Gotchka of Crestview. Gotchka told deputies he was just trying to scare the kids because they were misbehaving.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
He was charged with DUI and 2 counts of child neglect and possession of marijuana.
Oh, boy, what a moron.
Yeah.
And putting two
Repeat that again. What did you call him?
moron.
Thank you very much. With a capital M.
Yeah, putting two
Moron.
little kids' lives at risk for just like for
To
nonsense.
scare the bejesus out of them.
And at 42, he should really know better.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Don't try to scare your kids by driving the wrong way on a highway
Have you ever
because life is not a highway.
come across somebody doing that?
Oh, I've seen that.
that's- Yeah.
I've seen it done, but I don't know if there were kids in the car.
No, right. But even when you see it, like kids involved or not, when you see that happening, it's just like a freak. You're like,
You have to see it to believe
it's
it.
like, what?
And as Bonnie says, they're just a complete moron.
Yeah.
With a capital M.
Yeah.
Let's go to Delaware, where cops say a 12-year-old boy stole a pickup truck from a gas station, then led officers on a high-speed chase before crashing and trying to escape on foot. The Delaware State Police said the boy stole a 2003 Ford Ranger while its owner was using the ATM at a Wawa gas station in Newcastle on Saturday. When police located the truck, the boy refused to stop and led police on the chase. After crashing into a parked car, police said the suspect did a U-turn, or for those of you that don't know what that is, a U-turn, sped up, and then crashed into the guardrail after failing to make the curve. Police said the boy exited the truck after the crash, tried to flee on foot before he was arrested by troopers. Police said the boy facing multiple charges, including 3 felonies,
Wow.
and was released back to his guardian on an $8,008 bond.
Hmm.
Now, my question here is, okay, why the bond is $8,008? Where does the $8 come in?
You could only maybe ask a judge. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that
I
question.
mean, could this call to the Delaware State Police Agency?
Perhaps.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know how
$8,008.
I don't know how they come up with bail sums for different situations.
Neither do I.
I have no idea.
But
so
$8,008. Maybe I could call my daughter and
so
she
with
could ask that.
8,008, they kind of like have to come up with a percentage to get them out of jail, right?
Yeah, 10% cash. We have a
10%.
phone call. Maybe somebody can answer this question for us. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Hey, Marty Jacobson. Good morning.
Hey, Marty. You know, you're the perfect guy that can answer this question for us.
I know. It came inclusive with the cost of the Wawa coffee and donuts.
Yeah, exactly. So, Marty, tell me something. $8,008. Where the heck do they come up with the $8 from?
That's probably the total worth of the 2003 Ford pickup truck.
Really?
No, I'm just being facetious.
No, but seriously, I mean, usually isn't when they set bail or a bond, it's usually an even dollar amount, like $250, $5,000, $10,000, but $8,008?
Well, that's strange because it's really unusual for a juvenile to have to pay any bond whatsoever.
Yeah. And this comes out of Delaware. This is like a true story. A stupid news story.
There you go. You can add it to your list today.
Well, that's why it's in stupid news this morning.
But I think, Marty, too, the crime is so spectacular with the stealing the vehicle and the crash that there would probably have to be some kind of judgment where, you know, the parents would probably have to be in line to pay something.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure that'll be. Well, you said he was released to his guardian. Does that mean he had a parent?
I don't know. It just said the story said released back to his guardian on an $8,008 bond is what it said.
Yeah, well, again, that's real unusual for a juvenile to have to post bond.
Yeah, that's what I I felt that too. And Marty, while I've got you on the line, I wanted to let our listeners know that if you're a senior citizen out there and you're a victim of crime, Marty Jacobson has a show that airs on Sundays here on both our stations. I'm not sure the exact time, but it's called Seniors versus Crime. And if you know a senior that has been a victim of crime, Marty is your go-to guy. I'm going to give out a phone number, Marty. It's 800-203-3099, and it's seniorsversuscrime.com is the website to go to. And Marty used to be with the Stewart Police Department, used to be the public information officer, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, among other things. And then I retired, and there was this metamorphosis occurred. I turned into a senior citizen.
As we all eventually do.
Yeah, had an epiphany. And I saw things going on in the community where seniors were being victimized, and I was able to go back to work with the Attorney General's Office, Seniors versus Crime Unit, and our focus is on helping seniors, veterans who've been victimized by fraud, con games, financial exploitation, and we're very tenacious and try to help our victims.
Marty, I was actually riding around this weekend and I caught your show a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very interesting with the scenarios and situations that, you know, seniors can be caught up in this fraud. And as I'm listening to it, all of a sudden I hear Marty Jacobson.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Marty.
Yeah, it's Marty.
And I didn't even realize who was hosting it. But
it's crazy some of the stories that you hear, because when I was here, when we recorded that together, and some of the stories that he was telling on the air, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is just ridiculous. How the seniors are being exploited and they're being taken advantage of. It's terrible. And this is where Marty steps in, and Marty gets things done the right way, right, Marty?
Well, we have a staff of about 220 volunteers with 38 offices in the state of Florida. And since our inception in 1989, we've recovered about $32 million for senior citizens. And again, we're very tenacious, and the Attorney General has us at the top of her list, you know, to go after people who victimize seniors in Florida.
Marty, off the top of your head, if there's one story that stands out, and I'm putting you like literally on the spot, when you think of one story that stands out in like a minute or two, tell us what it is.
Well, we have a current investigation where a home health care aide has allegedly taken over the estate of her client. And here this person was hired to do household chores and now is in possession of a quitclaim deed of the house,
Oh, my.
credit card, and the bank accounts. So that's something that's in the working now.
Oh, my.
You see that over and over again.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
that's really telling kids too that they have to really keep watch on their elements and what they're doing.
I told my kids they better put me in the best damn nursing home there is when I get older and make sure I get
in
5-star
this
care.
case, there's no family, so
that's
the
sad.
individual, is a clear target.
Wow. The number to call, folks, if you know somebody that's being taken of, let me give it out again. It's 1-800-203-3099. seniorsversuscrime.com is the website you need to go. Marty, thanks so much for calling him in. And, we love that. We're going to have you on again in a longer segment, actually, one day to talk about seniors versus crime, because I think it's something we need to bring to the listening public that is out there. So we would love to have you be a part of the morning show one day.
Thanks for the pitch.
All right, man.
Good day.
We'll talk to you soon.
Have a nice
Bye-bye now. It's Marty Jacobson, seniors. 8:22. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk with Bonnie.
The deadline for families to choose how their kids will return to school expired at 11:59 p.m. Friday. As of Tuesday, 30.5% of the students in Martin County School District had opted in for virtual learning. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
Return to school for some is a difficult one. As of Tuesday, more than 30% of students in Martin County had opted in for virtual learning.
We don't know the long-term effects of the virus, which is very concerning.
Brandy Murray says social distancing inside schools is not possible.
I couldn't imagine him being in kindergarten trying to socially distance. They don't even know what 6 feet is.
Her son Mason will be taking on the 5th grade from home instead of the classroom this fall.
I miss my friends, but I don't want to be in harm's way to see my friends because I can see them virtually online.
Shannon Chapman spoke at Tuesday's school board meeting. She says her kids will be going back to campus and that virtual school is not an option.
Children of this age are not ready and adaptable to study online for 6 to 8 hours a day. It just does not work that way.
One big question remains: when will the school year start? Martin County School Board members voted to support the delay of school until August 25th. However, they said that decision is pending approval from the Martin County Education Association. In a new statement this evening, the president of the teachers union, Karen Resinetti, said, quote, "The district calendar is a management right. The Martin County Education Association is not opposed to the calendar. However, the Martin County Education Association cannot support the new calendar without first negotiating the impact it has on our working conditions and our contract. The district is unwilling to get to the table so that we can expeditiously put forth the new calendar. It is very disappointing." We've also reached out to the Martin County School District after hours for their comments. We'll keep you posted on that. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
Craft brewery owners across Florida claim new rules during the coronavirus pandemic are now making it harder for them to stay in business. WPTV's Matt Cessny has the story.
So having this closed is a detrimental impact to our business.
David Boucher has had to close his Sailfish Brewery in Fort Pierce for a 3rd time since March. This latest closure coming, he says, after the state's Department of Business and Professional Regulation told him that because of COVID rules, his food license was not enough. He now needs a restaurant license.
I wouldn't say we're being picked on, but you can get behind things that they have logic behind them. I cannot still wrap my mind around what's going on right now.
What's happening is what's happening to craft breweries all over Florida, changing guidelines and rules, owners say, which has them reeling.
We believe it's unfair because we think it's somewhat arbitrary that breweries are being targeted.
Rob Regan is with the Florida Craft Brewers Guild, representing over 300 craft breweries in what has become a $3 billion industry in the state.
I mean, everyone's suffering. I'd say more than 50% of the breweries are suffering tremendously, where they're on the verge of closing their doors.
In Boynton Beach, the owner of Copper Point Brewing says he had to invest in a food truck just to keep his doors open. In Fort Pierce, David Boucher has his pizza ovens off until he says he's able to get a new license and the green light to open up again.
To coin a term, it's making up as you go. And it's just every time it's something new. And my frustration with the state is you impose these regulations but provide no cure method or no mechanism and roadmap to open back up again.
In Fort Pierce, Matt Cessny, WPTV News Channel 5.
Lastly, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says Republicans are set to roll out the next COVID-19 aid package on Monday. Mnuchin told reporters at the Capitol that extending an expiring unemployment benefit but reducing it substantially is a top priority for Trump. He called the $600 weekly aid ridiculous and a disincentive for people to get back to work. Mnuchin also said a fresh round of $1,200 stimulus checks would be coming in August. Sunday afternoon marked the return of two point guards for the Boston Celtics and Phoenix Suns. Boston's Kemba Walker made his Orlando debut, but he wasn't on the floor for long. Well, the Suns got Ricky Rubio back after he joined the team in the bubble just 6 days ago. Walker, who has been dealing with a left knee injury, sat out Boston's first scrimmage but played on Sunday in the Celtics' 117-103 win over the Suns, although he was on the floor for only 9 minutes. News time, it's 8:27. Weather and traffic together are next.
$8:29, the time of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Not finding any traffic accidents on this Monday. Roads are clear. It's looking like a nice ride right here. There's your latest look at traffic. And right now in Port St. Lucie, it's 77. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good day, everyone. Steve Villanueva here. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, about a 30% chance of a shower or a storm. Daytime highs in the upper 80s. Not that much moisture over the next several days, so we will see much drier conditions. While we will have a shower or thunderstorm pop on up, and some could produce some very heavy rainfall, they're not going to be as numerous as they have been over the last couple of days. So temperatures today, again, upper 80s, but we will be heading into the lower, like the triple digits, by the time we get to the middle and the end of the week. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition, liftoff.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
8:34 the time. The Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for a look at outer space and what's happening, all things space, with Randy Siegel. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, sir. Well, nothing of note in space history today. However, the astronauts on board the International Space Station, having concluded their spacewalk, spent a lot of time cleaning out their spacesuits and making sure that it'll be ready to use them in the future. They turned their attention to working on the Dragon spacecraft. That's the spacecraft that's going to return Hurley and Benken to Earth on, well, actually, the first is when they leave. The second is when they land. That's just over a week from now. They'll splash down, ending NASA's first crewed mission using a commercial spacecraft. The astronauts have been working on lower body adaptation by pulling the blood down to their feet, which will help them adjust better when they reach the Earth, having been in weightlessness for some time. There are currently 5 spaceships that are attached to the International Space Station. With the arrival of the Russian Progress 76 spacecraft, after spending 3.5 hours getting there, veteran cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanushin began unpacking nearly 3 tons of cargo delivered by the Progress vehicle. Fellow cosmonaut Ivan Wagner assisted with the cargo transfer and updating the station's inventory management system. Russia, however, is analyzing what happened when that Progress vehicle docked to the International Space Station. Prior to docking, there was a wild gyration that took place on the Progress vehicle, and they weren't sure if they were going to have to manually take control. However, it dampened out, and they were able to use the vehicle automatic system in order to dock with the space station. 2 astronauts, the Russians, were ready to take over control of the Kurs module to bring the vehicle safely together. A NASA safety panel, namely NASA's Aerospace Safety Advisory Panel, had a meeting where they have cleared a Falcon 9 first stage rocket that has been already used, along with a crewed Dragon spacecraft that also was pre-used to fly the first mission of a crew going to the International Space Station. So it shows that SpaceX is well on its way to achieving what it wants to, namely the reuse of its vehicles to save cost and still succeed with their missions. Over in Boca Chica, Texas, which took a brunt of Hurricane Hanna, the Starship SN5 still remains standing. There were no problems with the vehicle, and they're still able to use it, hopefully later this week, when it will do a 150-meter hop. This will be the highest flight that this vehicle will take at Boca Chica, Texas. China launched 3 satellites on a Long March 4B rocket late Friday afternoon. It included a remote sensing satellite, a novel lobster eye X-ray astronomy satellite, and a commercial data acquisition satellite, as China continues with its launches. This launch was the 21st launch for China this year, including 3 failures. the inaugural flights of the Kuzo 11 and a Long March 7A all ended in failure. The Palapa N1 communication satellite was lost on a Long March 3B spacecraft. Russia's head of spacecrafts, Dmitry Rogozin, has said that the Nuka module that will be attached to the International Space Station is expected to finally be sent to Baikonur by the end of this month. It could drag on because this module is now several years overdue in getting to the space station. Get ready for Thursday's launch, because Thursday's launch will be a momentous one for NASA. The spacecrafts will be heading towards Mars. Weather conditions currently call for about an 80% go on Thursday and a 90% go on Friday. The 2-hour launch window opens at 7:50 a.m. It's going to be quite a unique launch, to say the least, because once the vehicle is launched, and assuming it goes into orbit around Mars properly, and the Perseverance lander is able to land on the red planet, they will then use a helicopter vehicle on the surface to take a better look at the red planet, something that they've never done before by having a flyer on the red planet. What makes it even more intriguing is that whatever Perseverance picks up or collects will be kept until a future spacecraft is able to pick it up on the red planet. The launch of an Ariane 5 rocket that was scheduled for the 28th has been delayed once again. The launch now is scheduled to take place on Friday at 5:30 p.m. This vehicle has 3 satellites to go into orbit. There are now 3 vehicles that are heading to Mars, ahead of our own Mars venture. Currently, the HOPE orbiter was launched by Japan and United Arab Emirates on the 29th, Wen 1 from China on the 23rd, and now we're going to have our own Mars. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about Elon Musk and a lot of money. So until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's your daily dose of space in another place with the one and only Randy Siegel. He's on the program each and every weekday at 8:30. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie's standing by with some delicacies that'll definitely fulfill anybody's appetite.
Yeah, you might have worked up a pretty hearty appetite too over the weekend. And getting back to work today, enjoy a delicious signature sandwich from Ellie's Deli. Try the double decker. It comes with plenty of corned beef and pastrami, has Swiss cheese on toasted rye bread with sauerkraut, blue cheese dressing, and tomatoes. This is a terrific sandwich. Or try some turkey today. The Southwest Club with some oven gold turkey, smoky bacon included, spicy cilantro mayo, tomatoes, and leaf lettuce on toasted wheat. You can enjoy your sandwiches with maybe a hot bowl of freshly made deli soup. Chef Mark is making 2 flavors of soup for you to enjoy right now. This morning, he's working on it. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has the full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605 for Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold will be opening up at $1,933 an ounce, and silver opening up at $24.18 an ounce. That's your Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:43 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show, the Monday edition. Let's head over to the news desk one final time this morning. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. Florida now has more coronavirus cases than New York. More than 9,300 new cases reported yesterday bring the statewide total to nearly 424,000. Another 77 deaths put the death toll over 5,800. As the pandemic continues, is joining with hospitals and blood banks to urge people to donate plasma.
More than 400,000 people in Florida have been diagnosed with coronavirus, and nearly all of them have recovered. Those survivors are needed to donate their blood plasma and help those still suffering.
They're playing a key role in helping patients, and they are urgently needed to come forward to help. And so if they've recovered, we're hoping they hear our messages everywhere we're trying to put it.
Susan Forbes with One Blood says there's a 500% jump in plasma requests from hospitals. One plasma donation can help 3 people suffering the worst of this virus. I'm Rory.
While COVID-19 has mostly spared young people in Florida, it has killed 5 children under age 18, and it recently claimed its youngest victim.
The state has confirmed its first coronavirus death in someone under age 10. Florida health records say that 9-year-old Kimmy Lynham died in Putnam County July 18th. Her family says the girl did not have any existing health problems before her mother took her to the hospital with a fever. I'm John McQuiston.
For the first time since the pandemic began, volunteers and veterans with House of It helped an 87-year-old Army veteran in Stuart by repairing his carport and painting his house at no cost to him. And WPTV's John Shaman has this.
Veterans helping out a fellow vet on the Treasure Coast today for the first time since the pandemic. With House of It in Stuart, helping an 87-year-old Army veteran by repairing his carport and painting his house for no cost.
You may not have known this veteran, but this veteran didn't know you when he gave up his time and maybe even his life to serve for you, to give you the freedom to be able to do a peaceful demonstration.
House of It holds a pantry for veterans in need in Martin County. If you'd like to help, you can find some more information on our website, WPTV.com.
Lastly, drivers on Crosstown Parkway in Port St. Lucie should experience improved traffic flow and fewer delays thanks to a new system that uses real-time data to coordinate traffic signals. The new Advanced Traffic Management System, ATMS, is expected to optimize traffic patterns on Crosstown Parkway between Fairgreen Road and Floresta Drive by capturing current traffic demand data and using it to adjust signal timing for both the main corridor and side streets. Scores last night, Major League Baseball action. New York Yankees, Washington Nationals 3-2. And it was 11-6 with the Marlins beating the Phillies. Also last night, the Kansas City Royals losing to the Cleveland Indians 9-2. It was the Detroit Tigers over the Cincinnati Reds 3-2 last night. 6-5, the Tampa Bay Rays beating Toronto Blue Jays. The Boston Red Sox yesterday getting beat by the Baltimore Orioles by a score of 7-4. The Seattle Mariners 7-6 over Houston Astros. The Pittsburgh Pirates 5-1 over the St. Louis Cardinals. It was the Miami Marlins over the Phillies 11-6, and the Atlanta Braves really beating the New York Mets 14-1. News time is 8:47. Weather and traffic together.
8:48 the time of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red. We're first Bonnie.
Well, the roads are looking clear right now, both for Martin and St. Lucie County. Getting on your major highways, you're going to have a good ride there. Side streets looking fine. There's our latest look at traffic. Stuart, right now we have 78. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good day, everyone. Steve Villanueva here. For today, we will see a mix of sun and clouds, about a 30% chance of a shower or a storm. Daytime highs in the upper 80s. Not that much moisture around over the next several days, so we will see much drier conditions. While we will have a shower or thunderstorm pop on up, and some could produce some very heavy rainfall, they're not going to be as numerous as they have been over the last couple of days. So temperatures today, again, upper 80s, but we will be heading into the lower 90s, feeling like the triple digits by the time we get to the middle and the end of the week. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Steve Villanueva on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
You know, Bonnie, we were talking about Regis Philbin, who I interviewed. Fortunately, passed away this week of natural causes. He did have heart disease and he did have a heart attack. But I was looking on the Today Show website, and they're saying that this is the clip that is the best Regis Philbin clip of all time, and I wanted to play it so people could hear it.
Winter looking terribly pleased with himself.
Which of these U.S. presidents appeared on the television series Laugh-In? Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford.
I'd like to call my parents right now.
Sure.
Use my lifeline, call my parents.
What are they?
Guy's going to call his parents.
My father. I'll talk to my father.
This is so cool.
Hi, Dad. Hi. I don't really need your help. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to win the $1 million.
He duped Regis.
Because the U.S. president appeared on Laugh-In as Richard Nixon. That's my final answer.
Well, my gosh. What can I say except, Debbie, you're going to Paris, and this is the final answer heard all around the world. He's won $1 million.
There you go. Look at that. He duped Regis.
He did.
He wanted to phone his dad for advice.
What a cool customer he was.
Is that cool or what?
That is so very cool. And I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I don't think anybody hosted it better than Regis Philbin did.
No.
He was just made for that.
He was so smooth when he did Millionaire, just unbelievable.
Yeah, I just enjoyed him all the time. I loved his suds. You know, he was just amazing entertainer and just so down to earth. He was fun to watch.
Definitely. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Good morning, Evan and Bonnie.
Hey, it's Phil.
Hello, Philbin.
It's me.
Philbin.
Me, Philly B.
Regis, we were just talking about Regis Philbin
Yeah,
when
we were just talking about Reed.
Phil calls him.
He was also the first host of America's Got Talent.
Oh, was he really?
Yes, he was. He did one season. And if you want to go back further, he was one of the first modern day late night pioneers. He was the co-host of the Joey Bishop show that went against Johnny Carson in the 60s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was the announcer and sidekick to Joey Bishop.
Boy, you're just a walking book of knowledge.
He got some famous celebrity quotes too, like Kathy Lee Gifford said, quote, "Regis, there will never be another." And she later added, quote, "There are no words to fully express the love I have for my precious." Simply adored him, and every day with him was a gift.
Yeah, he was the last of the broadcasters. One of the few, not a personality, but he was a broadcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Carson and Letterman were the same way. They were broadcasters. They weren't exactly, comedians. They were comedians, but they were broadcasters.
Yeah, you're right. And because David Letterman too said, quote, "Regis is in the same category as Johnny Carson, superlative. He was on our show 1 million times. I was the best guest we ever had. Charming, lovable, and could take a punch. And when he retired, I lost interest in television. I love him." Words of David Letterman.
Yeah, he was the most frequent guest on Letterman. Between his Letterman's three shows. So.
Yeah, it's a terrible loss to the television world. Regis passing. I got the alert over the weekend, and I was just kind of like, wow, there's just no way, because he's kind of like Dick Clark. He's the guy that just lives forever.
Yeah, and the first time I heard it was yesterday morning, about 8:00 in the morning. I heard it on the radio, and right away when they said Regis Philbin, I instantly thought Alex Trebek.
How do you associate the two?
Just because when I heard the name and somebody passing,
right,
and Alex of Jeopardy, and you got Regis of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
right?
I just instantly thought that, Alex Trebek passed. Oh, and then I had to think again. No, that was Regis Philbin of Regis and Kathy Lee.
Yeah,
that's just like I just got the two confused.
Regis had an album which he sung on too.
Oh, and I actually have that album. It's a Christmas album.
Oh.
No. He had a regular one that wasn't a Christmas album.
Oh, okay. That means he's got
it
two.
was in the 60s, right after he did the Joey Bishop show.
Oh, wow. Okay. I have his Christmas album. So, and I'll probably use some of those hits as we get into the holidays and things like that.
Oh, you know who else has a Christmas album, a country Christmas album or two, is Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, wow. Phil, hold on one second. We have another call. So just stand by. I'm going to conference you and let's see if we can do this here. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
This is Helen. I was looking for the Condo Solutions. Am I a little early?
Yeah, you're a little early. We're still doing our morning show. If you'll call back a little after 9 o'clock, about 9:06, and we'll get you on, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, there we go. All right. They were calling for the next show.
I want to be on Condo Solutions.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. No problem.
She sounded like a nice lady, and
She sounded like a very, very nice
our
lady.
friend Mark Breckbell is going to be right here.
Yeah. Hey, so Phil, you're going to be back in the saddle tomorrow, co-hosting with us after being off for a week, and I guess you could reveal to our listeners your new position. You're no longer with Coca-Cola.
Yes.
And
I'm with storage company, Extra Space.
Yeah, Extra Space Storage, which is actually right down the street from our Palatial Studios. That's where he's doing his training, and then he'll be located at a branch in Palm Beach County.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We all could
So-
use some extra space
Yeah,
now and then.
definitely. No pun intended.
Well, I tell you, when you go to that, that bargain bin place there, yeah, you're going to need it.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, bin
bin
deals.
deals. Yes.
Evan wants me to take Gary there
Yeah,
today.
Gary has called into the show and he said he's going to go.
Yeah, I
so,
heard that. Yeah.
so we're going to get the report tomorrow. All right, Phil. Hey, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
You got it, guys.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you
Take care. All right. That's Phil Benfield from the YouTube era. He does all his stuff on YouTube. Anyway, wow. 3 hours just blew by. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't know where the time went.
It's just like racing. The day is just going to race speed
Yeah.
right away.
That was a lot of fun. Had
It
a good
is.
time today. Had a good time today. On the show tomorrow, Tuesday, Sheriff William Snyder is going to be here with an update from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. And of course, all the craziness and the cast of characters right here on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. Don't you dare go anywhere. We say chow mein
Honduras.
and Arriva Dirty. In the words of Ellen DeGeneres, we say be kind to one another.
And eat hearty, live happy, be merry.
There you go. From the smart one herself, the intelligent
Oh,
one.
come on.
It's the only intelligence on the show we have. Anyway, 9 o'clock. We'll be right back. All right, bye-bye now.